Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Turtles Love Pizza. This is the podcast where we go over Ninja Turtles, be it the comic books, the TV shows, the movies. We just dabble in it all. This is Steven.
This is Andrew.
What's up, Andrew?
What's up, Steven?
Not much, but I remember you texted me this week, and you got some really cool figures that came in this week, right?
Did I really?
Yes, you
I don't
did.
remember.
Don't you dare play coy. You updated the Twitter, you fool.
All
What
right,
did
yeah.
you
So I got the pre-mutation pack. That's a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive from NECA. It is awesome, I have to
Okay.
say. It's a 4-pack. It has the original forms of Rocksteady, Bebop, Baxter Stockman, and Hamato Yoshi.
Okay. And that was that, right? That was
Like that,
the
and then I got the NECA Toon April as well with a foot soldier.
Wait, did that already come in or did you
Yeah,
order that?
I have it.
Oh, okay, cool.
I sent you a
Bas-
picture, and then I also got Rat King and Vernon as well.
yeah, that's I pulled out my phone to look up all the pictures that you sent me, but like for some reason all I'm getting is Power Ranger Chun-Li. So,
That's what you sent to me
oh,
because
right.
for some reason you're up on that.
Yeah. And yeah, it's been a crazy week. Not for the Ninja Turtles, but for everything Warner Bros. Discovery. We're kind of like going over that for a while, but yeah, we don't have to get into that.
Yeah,
Um,
we don't need to get into that.
but the cool thing is you kind of watch the Rise of the TMNT, right? The
I did
movie.
watch the movie. I just decided to watch it. I've been hearing so many good things. I mean, you've obviously had a glowing review of it,
Yeah,
so I gave it a shot, and I was amazed.
we will not get
I feel
into
like,
that
yeah,
yet.
I just want to say I feel like this was like the turtle movie we've all been waiting for since the first one.
Yeah, I completely agree. This is kind of like, oh man, we're starting to talk about it. We can't talk about it because we want a whole episode devoted to this movie, right?
I feel like if they had made a movie for the 2012 Ninja Turtle cartoon, it would have been on par with this movie.
It should have been this movie. Like they shouldn't have had like all these characters we don't know. They should have just slapped it down with Dimension X and like all these other things, you know?
Yeah,
But anyways, we're not gonna get into it. We're gonna do its own episode in
two
two
episodes.
two episodes, right?
Yeah, because we
So
have this is the penultimate season one episode we're doing today, and then
yes,
finale next time, and then we'll talk about the movie.
exactly. And I'm super excited. I'm especially excited about the episodes we're talking in general for today. Um,
Yes,
so really quick before we get into the plot description, we are watching episode 4 of season 1 of the 87 Turtles. It's called Hot Rodding Teenagers from Dimension X. And
yes, the neutrinos.
take it away, Andrew, with the plot description.
All right, so in our plot description today, we have Shredder in the Technodrome under New York City. He's with Krang, and of course, he's complaining about not being able to defeat the turtles. Krang is complaining about not having his body. And little do we know, we're actually going to get some backstory on why Krang doesn't have a body in this episode.
Right.
So Shredder decides to bring in some help from Dimension X, where Krang is from, and then in flies the Neutrinos, followed by the Rock Soldiers. And it's kind of weird how Bebop and Rocksteady are like stormtroopers. They can't hit anything when they shoot.
Mhm.
And so yeah, the neutrinos get away and they blast their way through the Technodrome. And then we have the turtles trying to create the turtle van basically with Baxter
Yes.
Stockman's van and his equipment. So
Uh-huh.
basically, they're just like stealing from this guy. And I
Yeah.
saw like a meme earlier this week from one of the turtle groups on Facebook about
Uh-huh.
like how do the turtles afford all this pizza? And
Yeah.
like the meme had like Splinter walking the street.
Oh, you sent that to me.
I
Yeah.
sent that to you, right? But the
Yeah.
real thing is they probably steal the money from the people that they're stopping.
Yeah,
Like, oh,
that's
you're a criminal? I'm gonna take your money, and that's how they get a
yeah.
pizza
They're
because
like
they're
the
totally
Robin
just
Hood.
yeah, they're totally just taking all the stuff from Baxter Stockman.
Yeah.
Anyways, the turtles go after Shredder, who's under the World Trade Center, and so they take a subway. They were going to take a subway station down there, which I don't understand why the subway station connects to like this underground technodrome hole, but
Yeah.
apparently it does. Anyways, the neutrinos buzz them. They catch them because they think they're bad people. The rock soldiers are stopped by Rocksteady and Bebop somehow.
Yeah.
And then we have the turtles and the neutrinos hanging out at some clown time food and games for pizza. It's like
Yeah.
a really creepy looking Chuck E. Cheese, basically.
Yeah.
And they're just having fun. The
Is it
neutrinos,
better than Alberto's?
huh?
Is it better than Alberto's?
No. Albiato's is totally better.
Okay.
Um,
Mm.
but we have the neutrino. They talk like a bunch of like greasers, basically.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's like
it's
grease
interesting to hear
lightning.
them talk. Yeah, and he's like, "Don't be a cube," which is like, I guess they're trying to be more futuristic greasers.
Yeah.
Uh, so then the rock soldiers come for the turtles. They launch their weather balloon thing, um, and so they create like weather, which I thought the weather maker thing was interesting, especially like how like the first two options are like kind of nice weather, and then the third option is complete chaos. It's like
Yeah. Yeah.
either
Yeah.
have it really nice or just destroy everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wouldn't mind having one of those myself to make the weather a little bit nicer down here in Houston. But
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
anyways, so the turtles and neutrinos team up to go and stop Shredder from bringing in more people from Dimension X,
Hmm.
and the neutrinos get to leave, and they leave behind one of their cars, and the rock
Yeah.
soldiers are obviously defeated um, by a can of like silicon lubricant, which I thought was an interesting way to like get rid of them, is like slick up the floor and just throw them into the portal.
I completely forgot that. What is that?
It's just some sort of like grease or oil or something. There's like a drum of it down in the room with the technodrome where the
Oh.
portal is, and they just push them through there. And then yeah, so they and then Krang or Shredder decides to give Krang his body at the end of the episode, and April reads the tortoise and the hare to the turtles as they're falling asleep because they're still in
Oh.
trance.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember that.
And
Okay.
apparently, according to Leonardo, like all these episodes are happening like day after day after day. So this has been like a long. It's not even been a week yet for them.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I just realized that too when I was watching this episode.
So yeah,
But
they've been pretty busy. I'm sure they're pretty wiped out. No one's really trying to go to bed.
yeah, I'm wondering if they have like a healing factor, like Wolverine. How do they keep energized throughout?
Who
But
knows?
but yeah, we were talking about it over text, but I really think this is the best episode. This is better by far to me than the first episode. And I think the main thing about it is just its energy and its humor. And for example, I want to bring up a couple of things. Like number one, so they're going to Baxter Stockman's place, right? And
Yeah.
then they're like, "Oh, how do we get the van up the stairs?" And they end up pushing a van up each individual, like each stair, like all four brothers. And then once they get up there, like Donatello just grabs the side of the door and rips it off. And it goes over the rear tire. Like he rips off that entire wall. And then the next scene is him putting like the door. You know how the door opens
Yeah.
with the blaster? He's putting the door, but when did he like fix the side of the wall above the tire? That's my question.
Who knows?
So
There's so many plot holes.
yeah, I know. But I just thought it was so awesome because I didn't realize they were that strong. Like
It's
Donatello
so
just like,
strong.
yeah, they're freaking super strong.
Why do you
Um
think they can bash a
oh,
robot with a nunchuck and the
oh yeah.
robot?
Yeah, and th- well, that's always going to surprise me because it's kind of like how do you break a robot with wood even if you are super strong? Is it
It's some strong wood, man. Some
Yeah,
strong.
man. That's some physics cuz you got to check the momentum there. Okay, Andrew, I just mentioned something that I really enjoyed. What about you? Break it down. What did you like about this episode?
I love the Neutrinos as characters. I think they're fun. They definitely bring a different energy to the show. And then I love how overdramatic the girl Neutrino is. She's like something
Yeah.
about the crime of being young, and it sounds like a soap opera, and she's like tearing up. I'm just like,
Yeah.
it's hilarious. Just like
Yeah.
Kayla or Kala, that's her name of the show. It is hilarious, just how overdramatic she is, and just over the top with the acting. The
Mhm.
Rock Soldiers, of course, are an iconic villains.
Yeah.
But seriously, that van scene though, where they're trying to get it up the stairs, it
Yeah.
reminds me of Friends, the episode where they're trying to get the couch, Ross's couch is like pivot. I feel like the writers of Friends like saw this episode and they're like, we should put this in the show
Yeah.
because this definitely came before Friends.
Yeah. Um, it actually reminds me of this one time when my friend asked me to help move his washer dryer up and down the stairs. It wasn't just us. I coerced a couple of other friends to come over with the promise of a meal. And dude, that was hard. Okay, washer and dryers are no joke. They are heavy, and I can only imagine how heavy a van is, even if it has wheels.
Yeah, and like you're pushing it up the stairs, so that's
Yeah.
even worse.
And okay, not only that, they drive it back down the stairs
Yeah,
and they
which I
don't
guess
hit,
would be easier.
yeah, but they don't hit anything.
Yeah,
If it was me, I would have just used like the gun blasters to blow a hole through the wall and just like
seriously.
drive it on the roof. Cause number one, like I'm just stuck on this Baxter Stockman lab thing because think of everything Donatello puts in this turtle van.
Yeah, like did Baxter Stockman have all those weapons in his little place? Like,
Yeah, in his lair. He's got like cannons and the tracking technology I understand probably for the mousers, but dude, he's got some high-tech gadgets that are like pretty crazy, man.
yeah, because Donatello says like I put every weapon I could think of in this thing, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, what? What? So
Oh
all those
man.
weapons are waiting for you?
Yeah, that's exactly that's how crazy this episode is, man. But it's super, I don't know, it's just super fun, especially this episode. And I don't know, what did you what else stood out to you?
From this one,
Yeah.
I mean, I think as a kid, like I always liked the cool thing where like Leonardo jumps out of the flying car and like slices the weather thing in half.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He's like, I'll do this, and just jumps out and slices it in half.
I thought Leo was really dope in this episode too.
He was.
Like he has not been one of the standouts, but one of the things he does is like Um, he's like, we like Shredder has these new rock soldiers. There's more elements. We must go home and consult with Splinter. I'm like, what? Just follow the dude, man. Um, and then this kind of brings me back to remember like a few episodes ago we were kind of talking about the last Ronin, how in issue 3 and 4 we thought Donatello and Leonardo were, you know, swapped,
Yeah.
right? This kind of proves it to me too, because like Leonardo is always like, "Oh, I gotta go back and see Master Splinter," and Donatello is like, "I need to make machines." So it's like really weird that they swapped them in those two issues. But yeah, what else is there? Oh, at first when the neutrino was making fun of Leo and called him a cube, legit thought he said, "Stop being a pube." I was like, "What?" So so I had to turn on the closed caption for that one.
Yeah. Oh,
um
also,
yeah.
you know how Michelangelo can like break a machine with his nunchuck?
Yeah.
Well, he uses the thing on the rock soldier and he breaks his nunchuck on the rock soldier. So like, how tough are those guys?
Oh, dude, yeah. That's a good point too. Um Wait, he actually broke it?
Yeah, he breaks his nunchuck over him.
Oh my. Which guy? Was it the silver guy or the orangey
I think
guy?
it's the orangey one.
Oh, okay. I think out of the whole episode, the rock guys were the least like the least interesting, but they did have some really funny lines.
Yeah,
Like when he's like, "Oh, I'm going to do the weather machine or whatnot." The other
weather
guys,
satellite.
yeah, weather satellite. The other guy's like, "Why? We don't need to know about the weather." And it's just like corny stuff like that. Now that I think back on it, that whole that weather machine, weather satellite,
Hmm.
that brings back so many memories. I didn't even think I remembered it, but when I watched the episode, I'm like, "Oh, I always wanted one of those too." Did they ever have like a toy?
Probably not, but I'm sure you can probably 3D print one now.
Oh, remember how you said you wanted a 3D print?
Yeah,
Do you still want a 3D print?
I do actually. I still want to get a 3D printer. I would totally 3D print a weather satellite and I would send it to you for like Christmas or something.
Dude, that would be dope. Would but I guess you'd have to get like a certain kind of material, like unless you make it out of paper or something.
No, I mean, 3D printing, they have the filaments, or we can get a resin printer.
Oh, wow. Anyways, yeah. Um this episode, well, let's just get into the rankings, but like I mean, is there anything you did not like, I guess?
Anything I didn't like, other
Yeah.
than the turtles being thieves
You like that.
and the creepy clowns
Wait, what creepy clowns?
in the
Oh,
food and
in the
arcade thing.
restaurant. In the
Yeah, they were kind
restaurant.
of creepy looking.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure NECA's gonna make figures of those guys.
Would you get it though?
I totally would.
So you do like them. You just
I
if
mean,
you
they're
were a
just
kid,
creepy.
yeah, yeah, yeah. If you were a kid, you would be creeped out.
Yeah, and they're masks on these people, so it's not like they're actually like clown people. So
Yeah, so they kind of
when he
look like
talks,
serial killers.
yeah, it's like killer clowns from outer space.
Yes. By the way, did you know they're making a video game?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I was like, what the f is this? Anyways, okay. Um, Other than for me, I think it's just still like Krang, like Krang and Shredder. They're just not achieving any goals.
They're not.
Wait. Krang didn't get his body in this episode yet, right?
No, but Shredder did say he was gonna make his body after this one.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Okay, so let's get into the slices of pizza. How many you gonna give this one?
This one gets a 5.
This one gets a 5 for me too, man. This is great. The, you know what I'm starting to realize though, like when the Ninja Turtles are taking themselves a little too seriously, it really gets boring.
It does.
Yeah. And the way they write April, the less the better.
Yeah, April's not a very like well fleshed out character yet.
Yeah, and I feel like they don't really get a handle till later cartoon later cartoons. I
Well, I
don't
mean, she's basically their mom, so
Yeah, exactly. But The jumpsuit, man. The jumpsuit always gets me. I feel like every episode it gets tighter and tighter. I don't know why. Okay, anyways, Andrew, next segment, Rise of the TMNT. We are doing episode 12 today, correct?
Correct. We have Smart Lair and Hot Soup the game.
All right. Normally, I try to do kind of like a plot description to help you out sometimes, but let me let me try it out. Let me try it out.
All right, let's see you do it.
All right, Smart Lair. This is the segment where basically what happens is the Ninja Turtles they want to go watch this movie about Liu Jitsu, which is one of their favorite movie stars, which is like Bruce Lee pretty much.
Pretty
And
much.
um, before they're able to go out, Splinter is like, "No, you better clean." So Donnie's like, "Don't worry, guys. I invented Sheldon." And Sheldon is like the ultimate like AI that cleans everything and fixes everything and cooks everything. And it's just like the best thing. But what the turtles don't realize is it is subservient only to Donnie. So Donnie is the primary and then everyone else is secondary. So what happens is Raph, Mikey, and Leo decide to tamper with it and mutate or tamper with the hardware and make Sheldon um, make Donnie secondary while Raph, Mikey, and Leo become primary. But then it turns out Sheldon doesn't doesn't want to just make Donnie secondary. He wants to get rid of Donnie to be the last brother. So all four turtles have to come together and destroy Sheldon. And then it ends with Donnie mentioning that he has created Sheldon 2.0. So, right?
Yeah, I'm just shaking my
Oh,
head like he just doesn't learn his lesson.
exactly. And this particular issue, this particular segment is kind of showing, Donnie's whole what is that? He's just like so full of himself, his narcissism or just his love of his own intellect. So, Hot Soup the game. This one is a really fun episode where Mikey decides to buy a video game of Lujitsu called Hot Soup, and he buys it from an auction house. But of course, he can't just walk there and pick it up. So he decides to bring his money, and he's just going to drop off his receipt and just pick it up like through the skylight, So he basically ninjas his way over there. But while this is happening, there's a Foot Clan recruit, and then she's trying to get, you know, into the Foot Clan, and they end up fighting each other. And Mikey, who wanted to do this mission by himself, um, he had like Donatello actually has. Oh man, this one's a little harder. Help me out on this one.
Right. So we have the juxtaposition of Mikey going on his solo mission and then this foot recruit going on her solo mission, right?
Yeah,
And they're both like adamant about completing this mission themselves.
yeah,
So the recruit is supposed to get something from Lujitsu because they're looking for some artifact.
right.
And apparently, both the foot soldiers and the other turtles don't trust their younger person to complete the mission. So they come in and botch things up for them, basically.
Yeah.
And the turtles end up with a video game, and the foot figures out that what they're both fighting over was not what they were looking for, so they leave.
Okay, you did a really good job ending that for me. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I just felt like there was like so many characters when it really just dives into Michelangelo and this foot recruit.
Pretty much. And it
Yeah,
was
but
interesting because the foot recruit is actually voiced by the daughter of Robin Williams.
oh, you're right, Zelda, right? Zelda
Zelda
Williams.
Williams, yeah.
Dude,
She did a
okay.
fantastic job.
Really quick, let's get into it and then we'll give our ratings and what we liked and what didn't like. Um go for it, Andrew.
So Smart Lair, it was fun. It's definitely a nod to the Disney Channel original movie Smart House. Did you ever watch
Oh,
that?
no.
Okay, so
Oh,
there's a Disney Channel original movie called Smart House
yeah.
where this kid wins like a smart house,
Yeah.
and the smart house is like voiced by Katie Siegel.
Yes. Okay, I remember. Okay, keep going.
Yeah, so it was totally a nod to that. It was a lot of fun, very nostalgic. They're definitely writing these for like people that are like having kids that are old enough to watch Ninja Turtles now, so the parents
Yeah.
would be like our age. So like throwing back to things that we would remember about Disney Channel movies, things. So it's kind of fun to watch these things.
Yeah.
Um, I liked how they were able to turn it on Donnie, turn Sheldon on Donnie,
Yeah.
and like be able to tamper enough with uh, Sheldon to like have him do that. So I thought it was a lot of fun. It was a good episode for me.
Yeah.
And then same thing with Hot Soup the Game. I thought it was great that Mikey gets to kind of shine and be
Yeah.
solo. So most of these episodes are either Donnie or Raph or Leo, and not
Yeah.
really Mikey's always comic relief, but he doesn't really get his own story.
Well, yeah. Yeah, that's true.
And then the Foot Recruit um, was a great addition. Obviously, we're going to see her further down the road.
I
She has
don't think they said her name, right?
no, they don't. This is called the
Okay.
Foot Recruit in this episode,
Okay.
but you know what happens in the future,
Yeah. Me
and I
and you
already
don't
looked it
know.
up, so we kind of already knew who this Foot Recruit will later on be.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this was a fun one. Lujitsu, who is basically a Bruce Lee knockoff,
Yeah.
is fun. I really wonder where they came up with the name Lujitsu, though.
Well, it's definitely like ninjutsu, but yeah, I don't know where they got the lube from.
Yeah, because like
Um,
also like Bruce Lee did kung fu, not ninjutsu. So
yeah, exactly. But like the next episode, you actually see a little more about Lujitsu. And actually, no, you see a lot of Lujitsu and Hot Soup, and when you look at his outfit, he looks ridiculous.
yeah,
You know what I mean? He's like wearing like the really big button ups and like bell bottoms, and I think he's wearing sunglasses too.
pretty much.
Yeah, so I really liked Hot Soup the game. I and you're absolutely right. Mikey has been in more of the episodes where it's 2-on-2, like they're just looking at two characters. But yeah, he has not had his own episode or segment, so it was really nice to see him actually have his own solo episode, but at the same time, prove his merit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I enjoyed that. As for the Smart Lair, I really enjoyed this episode as well. What I really liked is just Splinter wanting to have a freaking like time traveling microwave, like so that he could go back and have a detective time traveler. I'm like,
with a
what?
dinosaur.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what is this? And I just really thought it was clever and fun. And so real quick, you brought up Smart House.
yeah.
Do do does the house get rewired, or does it just have AI that goes crazy? I don't remember.
The AI goes crazy. I don't remember why it goes crazy. It's been a long time since I've seen this movie.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but basically, like the house wants to be the mother that they don't have.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, okay, okay. I got you. Because in Smart Lair, Sheldon wants to be the brother
Yeah,
that they already have. But yeah, I really enjoy both these episodes, man. Like each episode just keeps getting better and better. I don't.
it does.
So why don't we do the pizza slices and we'll call it a day.
All right.
Andrew,
I give it a 4 overall.
4 overall. Okay.
Yeah.
Which episode do you think you would put above the other or
I
segment?
would probably do Smart Layer over Hot Soup.
Oh man. All right. I'm gonna give it a 4 overall, but dude, Hot Soup got me.
I mean, Hot
Especially
Soup was good. I mean, they're pretty close.
yeah. I'm giving it to Hot Soup because not just because of Mikey, but also because of the intro of the Foot Clan recruit. I thought she was hilarious, dude.
She was great.
She's kind of like she has no filters. She seems to have like Tourette's, like just like I will finish the mission like that. I
Yes,
really
she's
loved her.
enthusiastic. Oh, another
Yeah.
thing in that was the ice cream kitty statue. That is
What's
actually
that?
that's from the 2012 Ninja Turtles.
What's the ice cream statue?
So there's like a statue that Michelangelo is like, oh, I like this statue, or it's cute or something, and then the foot recruit like breaks it basically.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The kitty statue is from the 2012 Ninja Turtle TV show.
Oh,
They have
dude,
an
we
ice
get.
cream kitty mutant that lives in their freezer.
Wait, why?
I forget why, but yeah, it lives in their freezer, and obviously that's exactly the same character. So
Oh, okay. Well, we got to do that at least the first season because I really like the 2012.
yeah,
Um,
2012 was great. I think
yeah,
overall it had like the best story out of all the cartoons.
yeah. So we should definitely look into doing that. But right now, I'm just having a blast with Rise of the TMNT.
Yeah,
And all right, folks, thank you for tuning in. Next week, we will be going over the final episode of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 87 animated series. And we will
season
be
one.
doing, huh?
Season one.
Season one. Yes. Sorry. And then we will also be reviewing Rise of the TMNT episode 13. Do you know what the segments are on that one?
On that one, I don't know.
Is it the Evil League of Mutants? Is it that one?
Yeah, Evil League of Mutants.
Okay, because that's just one full episode. So this is
Yeah,
probably
episode
going to be
13 is the Evil League of Mutants with
okay.
all the evil ones like Baron Draxum and Hypnopotamus and Meat Sweats and Repo Mantis, the Sando brothers, and Warren Stone.
What's the Sando brothers again?
Sandwich people? I don't know. They look like crabs.
Oh, okay. Have we seen them before? I don't know why I don't remember them.
According to the wiki, this is the first appearance will be in this episode.
Oh, okay, okay. All right, cool. So everyone, go watch these episodes. Come back, listen to us talk about it, and we'll talk to you next time.
Oh, it should be good because Jason Mantzoukas is voicing one of the brothers.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah,
Dude,
that
I
dude's
love
hilarious.
Jason Mantzoukas.
Yeah,
And John Cena's back as what's his name? So
yeah, Baron Jackson. But like Jason knows Ben Schwartz from Parks and Rec.
oh, I gotcha. And I'm a huge fan of his right now as well.
Yeah.
But okay, guys, tune in next week, and we'll talk to you. We'll talk to you then. Bye.
See ya.
Cowabunga.
Please stop that.